Dave, a 1-1 draw away at Buxton this afternoon. Just give us your overall thoughts.
Really pleased in terms of the performance from start to finish. I thought it took us 5-10 minutes to get into the speed of the game, get to grips with their rotations and their movements off the ball. But after that, performance really pleasing. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't win the game. I know it's pre-season, it's not the most important thing, but I thought we were the better side and we should have been a little bit more clinical, particularly first half. We had more clear-cut chances. We could have gone in at half-time, 3-1 up, maybe 4-1, but like I said, you've got to take your chances in the game, and I think we've got to be a little bit more clinical at both ends. We've made one mistake defensively today, and they've punished us. And I think if we can get to that standard where you're punishing teams every time they make a mistake, then we won't go far wrong. But yeah, overall, really pleasing performance. A little bit disappointed we didn't get the win.
Looking at the team selection today, it's getting towards that sort of back end of pre-season now. How much are you looking at the lads out there in terms of who's going to be wearing that shirt for that South Liverpool game in the FA Cup, or is it still all about minutes?
It's all about minutes. So obviously based, other than the lads who've been unavailable for a game or two, the minutes have been largely quite consistent. I think we're going into the game, we were operating somewhere between 140 and 180 minutes, so it's quite consistent across the group. So it is about minutes, about building people up, giving people different challenges based on where they are physically, whether it be half an hour, whether it be an hour. So it's a couple had 70, 75 today. So it's just about trying to manage those minutes and obviously maintain performance. It's always hard when you're making 3 or 4 subs at a time in terms of getting consistency and picking players, particularly today because the game was so quick. Both sides really moved the ball, both sides wanted to play. Got a little bit feisty in spells. But yeah, I thought the whole group did really well today.
And that's the second of 3 National League North teams that are in the pre-season schedule, and I guess you must be very pleased with how that sort of come up in terms of the levels of performances and the results that you've had.
Absolutely, sort of 2 playoff sides so far. So, and look, I think obviously everyone's got a different way of playing football, and I get that. I think Buxton, in terms of football, movement off the ball, the way they play, the philosophy, they're one of the best footballing sides in the league in terms of the teams I watched last year in the game. So hats off to our lads today, because we've come here and we matched them. And like, you know, John's a brilliant manager, and the players they've got, really young group, but technically outstanding. And we saw today 2 sides who really want to play the game in the right way, and it was certainly one for the fans to sort of be pleased from.
And looking ahead, another busy week, Cheadle on Tuesday before, as I said, Ratcliffe next Saturday. I guess from your point of view, it's just to continue that momentum from what you've seen this afternoon.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing on Tuesday is standards, because I think we've dropped our standards a little bit when we played obviously the 2 games so far against lower opposition, and that's no disrespect to them. I thought both teams have come to us and done really well but we need a performance like we did today, like we did last Saturday. We need a performance like that on Tuesday. We've got to drive the standards, and the group's got to do that themselves a little bit. They've got to hold themselves to account, because you can't just turn up in big games. So really looking forward to Tuesday. Obviously we'll recover, see how people are, coupled with Knox from today. But yeah, we'll look forward to Tuesday.
Perfect. Cheers, Dave.
Thank you.